Hello, sports fans. Who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl this year, you ask? Well, I don't know. Used to root for the Dallas Cowboys, but they've been such a disappointment. I mean, just such a disaster, just so pathetic in the clutch, particularly the quarterback, Tony Romo, that it's really hard for me to feel anything for them anymore. So I want to talk about something else. I want to talk about power in relationships, meaning all relationships, relationship with your dentist, your relationship with your boss, relationship with your lover, your relationship with your wife, often two very different people, your relationship with your rabbi, and your relationship with acquaintances, and your relationship with other drivers. Something I think about a lot. I guess because my childhood left me constantly feeling powerless and ashamed. Like I had no recourse. All I could do was kind of take it. I remember when I was 4 or 5 years old, a lot of people thought I looked like a Holocaust survivor. I just had these sunken eyes, and my dominant feeling about my childhood was powerlessness, shame, and consequently anger and desire to create an adult life for myself where I would not be constantly vulnerable, ashamed, and powerless. So I'm always thinking about power in relationships. So I'll talk about one example. I could be talking to my therapist or my psychiatrist, for instance, about some graphic matter, and let's say my psychiatrist dissolves in a fit of giggles, just loses control for a minute. Okay, she will then often feel one down in power. I'll be in a more powerful position because I've made her lose control. So then she could respond by saying, okay, you can't talk about certain graphic matters. I'm going to set that boundary. If I was a male therapist, it wouldn't matter, or if I was an older female therapist, it wouldn't matter. But I'm just going to set that boundary. I'm young and female, and I'm going to set that boundary because when I hear certain graphic details, it makes me want to push you away, and it's not helpful for our therapeutic work. So then I feel one down because often graphic details are important to what I want to talk about. It's where I get much of my energy and inspiration from. So then I feel one down in power, and I may feel angry about it at times. Okay, let's say you make plans with a friend, or try to make plans. Say, hey, do you want to go to yoga tonight? Friend says, yeah, I think so. And let's say she says, let me get back to you. And then she doesn't get back to you until, let's say, an hour before yoga. And she calls, you're not available. And she takes off to do other plans. You call her back 10 minutes later, and she says, I couldn't get hold of you, I've already made other plans. Okay, that will make me feel unsure, bewildered, disquieted, manipulated, and one down in power. Like, I've tried to make plans with someone who said she'd get back to me. She doesn't get back to me to the last minute. If I'm not instantly available to take her call, she goes off to do her own thing. And meanwhile, I've planned we'll do this evening unless I hear from her otherwise, or I expect to hear from her, so that I'll have clarity on my evening. Therefore, I'll feel one down. So often in relationships, I will feel like I'm constantly waiting on her whim, or other times I'll feel like I have all the power and she's got to dance to my tune. She's got to wait on my whim. So let's say you make plans for an art opening, and your date says that she'd love to go, and you make these plans 3 weeks in advance, and then the day before the art opening, the date says, look, I've got to run some errands tomorrow, I'm not going to be able to make it. Okay, that feels to me like a major diss. I have a theory on this. My theory is that women constantly test you, particularly in the beginning stages of a relationship, and if you'll take the crap that they dish out, then they'll view you as a doormat that they walk over, and you'll lose all erotic attraction to them. So women are just like programmed to like constantly diss you and test you, and I don't think much of the time they're even conscious of what they're doing. But they'll see if you'll take the bad treatment. then you call them on it, and they'll like snap back into respectful behavior just like that. So some of my thoughts on power and lack of it.